This is your wrist and its movements. You can extend and flex your wrist. You can deviate your wrist. You can supinate and pronate your wrist. And you can circumduct or rotate your wrist around its axis. All you're going to need to train it is a weight bench and a little bit of weight. So we can flex our wrist straight up against gravity. You should feel this in your forearm. If I flip my hand over, I can extend my wrist against gravity. You'll feel that on the other part of your forearm towards the outside of the elbow. If I take one weight off or hold a weight at the end, I can work on my rotation, supination, and pronation. And I can also work on deviation. And I can work on ulnar deviation, which is towards the opposite side. This is how you would train your wrist going directly against gravity if you wanted to build strength or muscle. But what about wrist stability? So if I want to stabilize my wrist, I need it to be wanting to move in one direction and then I move perpendicular to that plane. So if my wrist wants to fall into flexion, I might work on deviation. If it wants to fall into extension, I might also work on deviation. If my wrist wants to fall into deviation, like so, then I would want to work on flexion and extension. And I can work on weighted circumductions for global stability. This is a beginner's level of wrist stability. Obviously, there are stability exercises that are harder and a little bit more functional, but this is a good way to get started.